Welcome back to the Baltimore Orioles franchise on MLB the Show. I am your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. It's late season action with the Orioles going out to Minnesota to take on the Twins, who are struggling this year, actually in last place in the American League Central, which is a little bit unusual for them. And they've got a young lefty going to the hill in Brian Sammons, making his third start of the season. So not sure if he's a September call-up, but he's actually been pretty good across those couple of outings that he's had so far. Just 10 innings of work and 2 starts, but good numbers for him otherwise. And that's going to be a rough start here, as it's Clay Hopkins taking one into center field on a 2-0 fastball. And he's on to start the ball game. And it's Chase Strumpf. It's a breaking ball. Hopkins tried to steal second, got a terrible jump, and he is out at second. So that's a first out of the ball game, and you can see there just got a terrible jump. And now it's 2-1 pitch to Strumpf. He goes back up the middle with it, so it's back-to-back singles, but just a runner on first with one away now. Then it's Rafael Devers, 2-1 pitch. That's up the middle and into center field. It's going to make it first and second, one out. So 3 straight singles, and it's first and second, one out. After that, caught stealing. Then it's Corey Seager lifts one into left. A diving try goes off the glove, make it 4 straight singles. And now it's bases loaded, one away. Trey Mancini, 2-2 pitch, gets a hanging curve, but got under it. That ball is lifted into shallow right field. You see there, the runner going to try and tag. Strumpf coming in, and he is going to score to make it 1-0. It's a sacrifice fly, and the Orioles lead early in this one. Runners on the corners, 2 away here, and that is going to bring up, I believe, Anthony Santander with 2 out in the inning, and that's a 2-2 pitch to him, just chopped back up the middle. That's going to be handled for the final out. The Orioles get 1. They had 4 hits to start the ball game, so a good start for them offensively. They only got 1 run out of it, but they got to like the way things are going so far. Now we're going to get a look at the starter for the Orioles. It's John Means, who has been pitching very well of late. Got that ERA down to 2.81, the whip at 1.07. He's 14-6 on the season, having a very good season for the Orioles. Already 185 innings of work, and still has probably about 4 starts left in the season. So he's going to get into the 200s for innings pitched, which is pretty good, and definitely shows that he's been reliable in getting things started here. First pitch swinging. It's a fly ball to center field, and that's routine. And now we'll take a look at the Twins lineup in this one, as it was Ramirez leading off playing DH, then Osuna, Marte, Muncy, and Kike Hernandez, Luis Arias, Jake Cave, Paul DeYoung playing shortstop. Former Oriole Pedro Severino will bat 9th and do the catching, and he already caught a guy stealing, so he's getting some revenge. And then there's Osuna down on strikes for the second out of the inning, caught looking there. First K for John Means. Then it's Ketel Marte, chases a changeup off the plate away, and that's going to end the inning. Good start for John Means as he strikes out a pair and sets them down in order. Now on to the bottom, or the top of the second, 2 down for Bobby Witt Jr. Flares one into shallow right center field. That's going to get down just in front of a couple of fielders there. Then it's ball 4 to Clay Hopkins, makes it first and second, 2 down. So a 2-out rally here for the Orioles, and Chase Strumpf due up. He gets a fastball down and away on a 3-2 pitch. Hit it pretty well. Not bad hitting there with 2 strikes. But that's going to be a fly out to right to end the inning, and it's still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Max Muncy, 1-1 pitch, taken into left field through the shift, and he is on with a leadoff single. So a chance now for the Twins. That would bring up Kike Hernandez. 2-2 pitch is lifted into left center field. Long run there. Diving try. Can't make the catch. It's another single. And it's now first and second, nobody out. Luis Arias, ground ball to second. They go 4-6-3 for a double play. And now a runner on third with 2 down. It will take a 2-out base knock to try and get that run in. It's Jake Cave on a 1-1 pitch, got a hanger, sliced it down the left field line, stays fair, bounces into the crowd for an RBI, ground ball double, and we are tied at 1. Now 2-2 pitch to Paul DeYoung, chase a fastball up, couldn't connect, and he's down on strikes. And it's 1-1 after 2 innings here in Minnesota. And then it's Adley Rutschman with one out. 0-2 pitch. He goes down and kind of slices one into center field. Went inside out on that swing. Nice piece of hitting there. And it's a one-out single. Then Austin Hayes on a 3-2 pitch. They put Rutschman in motion. It's a nice piece of hitting there. Takes it into right center field. Rutschman moves up to third, and now it's runners on the corners, one away, and that is going to do it for Sammons. He's given up a bunch of hits, and they're going to go ahead and just turn to the bullpen now as Lewis Thorpe, the lefty, coming on, and he has not had a very good season. 135 innings of work out of the bullpen, and he's got that ERA above 5. Bobby Witt Jr. caught looking on a fastball. Might have been inside, didn't like the call, but he's down on 3 pitches. And then it's Clay Hopkins on a 2-1 pitch with 2 away. That's going to be handled in left field for the final out of the inning, and the Twins escape danger again. And it stays tied 1-1. Now the bottom of the 4th, Kike Hernandez up the middle with 2 outs, and that's into center field for a base hit. And John Means at 55 pitches at that point. Now 0-2 here with 2 down in the inning. He gets a swing and strike out of Arias, and that's going to do it for the Twins in their half. After 4 innings, it's still 1-1. Rafael Devers down on strikes for the 2nd out of the 5th inning, so Thorpe throwing the ball well at this point, and he's going to get out of the inning scoreless there. Now on to the bottom of the 5th with 1 away. Paul DeYoung doesn't chase that fastball up out of the zone this time, and he's down, or he's going to grab a free pass there. Then it's Pedro Severino down on strikes. That'll end the inning. Actually, no. That was the leadoff hitter, rather, and that would end the inning. Nonetheless, we're on to the 6th. It's going to be a base hit into left field there. Now they got a runner on with 1 away, and it's Adley Rutschman. 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4. Thorpe still out there, a couple innings into this. That's 30 pitches now for him out of the bullpen, and they're going to stick with him. Austin Hayes into left field. That's going to get down. Runners advance 1 base, and now it's bases juiced. 1 away. Are they going to stick with Thorpe? Yes, they are. Bobby Witt Jr. gets a hanging curve, rips that ball into center field. 2 runs are going to score. Hayes will go around to third base. Now runners on the corners, 1 away, and it is 3-1. The Twins may be sticking with Thorpe a little bit too long there, and Bobby Witt makes him pay. They are still going to stay with Thorpe, and he's going to get out of the inning there as it's Hopkins hitting one back up, or actually Strump rather. Hit that one back up the middle. It's 3-1 here at Target Field as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 10 hits for the Orioles through 6 innings, but just 3 runs to show for it. It's not going to matter much if John Means can keep pitching well. He picks up strikeout number 6 right there. Now we'll look at the standings in the American League East as the Orioles are running away with this one. Remember, they got off to a little bit of a bumpy start this season, but then they started to pick it up, and they are playing like the champions that they are, defending 2-time World Series champions. But on in the bottom of the 6th now, 1 away. It's John Means giving up a double to the gap there. He's at 82 pitches, so keep an eye on that. Next batter, ground ball to third. Rafael Devers, actually with 2 away, fires that over to first, and that's going to end the inning. So it is 3-1 after 6. Corey Seager jammed on a pitch there. That's going to be fair, though, and against the shift, that's an easy single, so it's a 1-out single. They would not score, though, apparently, that inning, and I don't know why I didn't show you the rest of it, but nonetheless, we're on to the 7th. Luis Arias down on strikes. Jake Cave back up the middle, diving try, couldn't knock it down. That's going to be in the center field for a 1-out single. So tying run coming to the plate now. 1 away in the 7th, and that is going to be fair down the third base line into left field. So it's first and second now, 1 away. And Paul Fry on in relief here. I guess I must have missed something that I was going to try and show you there. But here comes Sherman Monahan. This is a right-handed closer that the Orioles have brought up from AAA for September call-ups. And he has not been very sharp so far in the outings that he's had. And they put him into a tough spot here with runners on and 1 away. And he is going to give up a base hit to Pedro Severino into center field. The former Oriole with an RBI single there. Makes it 2. Still just 1 away. Then Frank Ramirez, ground ball to short. They are going to have to go to first with it. They get the out, but now runners on second and third. 2 down, and a huge opportunity for the Twins. They are going to intentionally walk a man to load the bases, but that's going to bring up Ketel Marte. So a tough matchup now. We'll see what the Orioles are going to do as far as the relief situation. They are going to turn to Derek Foreman, who has been lights out for them this year. Just dealing against right-handers. As you can see there, the average under 100. Kettle Marte going to ground ball to second. They're going to get out of the jam with the lead intact. It's 3-2 as we go to the 8th. Pedro Severino maybe exacting some revenge for the Orioles, letting him get out of town after winning a couple of World Series, or helping them win a couple of World Series anyway. Now in the 8th inning, it's Randy Dobnak coming on, the veteran right-hander, having a pretty decent season for him. As you can see his numbers there. With one away, it's Adley Rutschman, 3-2 pitch, that ball back up the middle. Nice backhanded play there, but he's going to throw it away. The first baseman had to come off the bag to try and make the play. So Adley Rutschman on the air, and now it's really going to hurt as Austin Hayes lifts one deep and gone to left center field. That would make it 5-2, a 2-run shot instead of what would have been a solo home run. Now it is a 3-run lead on the 23rd of the year for Austin Hayes, if I saw that correctly. And now I believe with 2 away, they're going to turn to Jorge Colon off the bench. And he is going to take one down the left field line. That ball is going to stay fair. Actually bounces into the crowd for a little double. Then it's Chase Strumpf down the third base line. That ball stays fair and is going to make it 6-2. Strumpf going to try for second, but a nice throw into second nails him. That's going to end the inning, but the damage is done as the Orioles respond. After the Twins got a run last inning, they get 3 in the 8th to jump to a 4-run lead, and that's going to make it a little bit less stressful for the bullpen. With one away, Derek Norman gets a fastball high to Kike Hernandez there. That's going to put a runner on. Now with 2 away, Jake Cave swing and a miss on that sweeping curve, and the Twins are down, and they do not score in the 8th. Now we go to the 9th. Travis Lakin's coming on, trying to close it down. Not a save situation, so Roberto Osuna will get the day off. Lakin's ERA is sitting at 4.17. Not terrible, but not as good as what they would have hoped from him. But with 2 away, he is going to finish things off here as he sets them down in order, and the Orioles win this one 6-2 here on the road at Minnesota as their season continues to trend in the wrong direction. John Means pitched very well in this one. He's going to get win number 15 on the season, and we'll take a look at the box score. Austin Hayes, player of the game, had the home run, a couple of RBIs, 3 for 4 day. Means ended up going 6 innings with 5 hits and a walk, also struck out 6 and just 1 earned run allowed. Lewis Thorpe, 3 2/3, 4 hits and a walk, gets saddled with the loss. You kind of have to feel for him because he came on and then they just made him go out there and throw a ton of pitches and leave, and eventually he got into trouble. 14 hits for the Orioles, 3 walks, just 4 strikeouts on the day, so they were swinging the bats well in this one. A bunch of guys with multiple hits, a couple of guys down at the bottom of the order that each had a pair of RBIs apiece, and that's always good when you're getting production deep in your lineup. Bobby Witt Jr. stole his 21st base of the season. Hopkins was caught for the 2nd time. Fry, Monahan, and Gorman all with holds. Lakins ends up getting an inning of scoreless work. Monahan actually didn't pitch that bad. He gave up 1 hit and an intentional walk in the the short time that he was out there, and Fry was the one that got credited with that earned run in relief. Look at the Twins' numbers as it's 8 hits and 3 walks as a team. They struck out 9 times. 2 hits for Hernandez and Jake Cave. Cave also had an RBI, as did Pedro Severino on the day. Sammons ended up only giving up 1 earned run, but 7 hits and a walk across 3 1/3. He just wasn't very effective in this one. Thorpe came in, tried to hold things down for a little while. Then Dobnak, kind of some tough luck as he ends up giving up 3 runs. Just 1 of those was earned, thanks to the error at second base that kind of got that inning spiraling out of control. And then Anderson pitched a scoreless 9th for the losing squad. It's 6-2 your final. The Orioles take this one, and now, before we move out to the next one, I actually want to look at minor league statistics as their season has ended, and before we move into their postseason, we want to kind of get a look at what some of these guys did throughout the course of the season in AAA and AA. We're going to kind of just focus on a few of the key players as well as some of the best performers. Harold Castro had a really good season, but he's 30 years old and a C potential guy that we just kind of picked up as a depth option, so not real concerned with how he does anyway. Peter Welch ended up having a pretty good season, hit 287 with 12 home runs and only had 282 at-bats because he missed a fair amount of time. And he's a 78 overall, still pretty young, so look out for him. Brandon March ended up having a pretty good season as well. 287 with 14 home runs. And there you see Peter Welch, just 21 years old, a potential, and really kind of looks like he might be major league ready as far as his bat goes. Not the greatest defender, but he might be an option to replace either Mancini or Ryan Mountcastle next year. A couple other guys here that did pretty well, but not necessarily concerned with Johnny Rasan because he's a deep potential. Mark Benoit had a pretty good year. He's only 20 years old and already a 71 overall, a switch hitting third baseman, really good contact against righties, and pretty good plate skills. So he's a guy that we might have a use for. He doesn't play very good defense, though, and that's a concern. If you can't hit for power, I don't care if you can hit 280 at the major league level. I need a little bit of, overall balance as a player. Danny Henderson had a decent year. Ted Etherton, 280 with 3 home runs and 150 at-bats. Would like to see more power from him, but he's only 23 years old. A B potential, 73 overall, a guy that we might see in the majors before too long. Take a look at the pitchers at the Double-A level. Connor Green, or actually, here we go. When we sort by whip, Jose Alvarez had a really good season, but he's just a depth guy. Don't have much of a use case for him, which we'll see here in a second. And he only pitched 13 innings at that level. Cheshire, kind of the same situation, I believe. Not a guy that, he's 29 years old. Phil Colligan, a young starting pitcher, left-handed. He's a 74 overall B potential. Had a pretty good season for these guys, and he's only 18 years old, so look out for him before too long. And then who was the other starting pitcher that we wanted to look at? Not Jack Patterson. He's a reliever, not Connor Green. I think, it's Josh Doherty. He's a 76 overall, 18 years old, B potential. That's a guy that we could look out for at the major league level as well. Had a pretty good year at Double-A. Those numbers aren't bad, 1.26 whip and a 3.4 ERA. I don't really think there's anyone farther down that list that we're going to look at here, if I remember correctly. Now we look at Triple-A pitchers, and it's going to be, let's see here, who is worth looking at, honestly. He's 29, don't really care, 28, D potential, 29, D potential. We got a bunch of guys on the AAA squad as far as relievers that I don't really care about. Now, Jose Ordonez is a 72 overall. He's only 21, but he's a D potential and actually getting worse as far as his overall. So regardless of how he pitches, he's probably not going to develop much. He only got 10 innings of work at the Double-A level or at the AAA level and did not fare very well. But I would like to see him do well enough that maybe his potential gets a boost from D to C, because then he could become pretty good. And then Jack Christen, a guy, might be somebody that we use as a long relief option down the road. Only 19 years old, 71 overall, C potential. He'll get to be somewhere in the mid-70s, which is a guy that we can definitely use at the major league level, but it's going to be in more of a bullpen capacity. So definitely not much use case for him at the major league level. I think that's all we're going to look at. Yes, now we're going out to Camden Yards, and it's going to be the Phillies coming to town. They have been awful this year, despite the fact that Bryce Harper has been outstanding for them so far. And they are going to have a matchup against Grayson Rodriguez, who is into the starting rotation to kind of see how things go, because Pablo Navarro continues to struggle late in the season. So they're going to give the ball to Grayson Rodriguez and see what they've got in this kid, hoping that maybe he can fill in as maybe the fourth starter, or, David Weathers, Ryan Weathers, rather, maybe takes that role, but we'll see. Nonetheless, he's off to a good start, gets a strikeout to start the ball game, and it's a base hit here, and that ball was hit pretty well. But then it's going to be Bryce Harper, 1-2 pitch. He chases a two-seam that ran off the plate away. He's down on strikes. That's 2 strikeouts for Rodriguez. And then it's Scott Kingery. Nice pitch there. Got him with a slider, and he strikes out the side there in the first. So 3 Ks for Rodriguez. And now we get a look at the right-hander, Vince Velazquez, for the Phillies. Just 4 starts this season. His ERA is about 5.5. He has not been very good. He's going to get off to a rough start here in this one, as you will see here in just a moment. So he's 0-2 on the year, 19 2/3 innings of work. 3-1 pitch to Austin Hayes off the corner. Apparently, it's ball 4. Maybe didn't like that call, and it must have rattled him, because things are going to spiral out of control a little bit. Jorge Colon, base hit to right. That's going to make it first and third. Harper, the throw, is not going to be in time to get Hayes. Now runners on the corners, nobody out. Corey Seager, 0-1 pitch, is lifted into center field. That was a changeup that was down but over the middle of the plate, and he golfs it all the way into the center field bleachers, and just like that, 3-0. Corey Seager, his 27th of the season. That ball traveling 405 feet, and it is a 3-0 lead for the Orioles already. Rafael Devers chased an ugly one there, up out of the zone. He's down on strikes. That's the first out of the inning, so a good bounce back from Velazquez. And Mountcastle gets jammed on that one, broken bat. That's going to be handled. Now we look at the Orioles lineup. It's Hayes, Colon, and Seager. Devers, Mountcastle, Mancini, Santander, Rutschman, and Bobby Witt Jr. So all the usual suspects in that one as far as the lineup in this one. Next batter, Trey Mancini, 2-1 pitch is a fastball down. He golfs it high and deep to left center field, and that one is out of here. Make it 4-0. The Orioles jumping out to the lead. 23rd of the season for Trey Mancini, and it's a 4 spot for Grayson Rodriguez. It's going to be Santander grounding out to end the inning, but now you got to feel good about Grayson Rodriguez's chances the way he pitched that first inning, as they give him a 4-run lead. We go to the top of the second now. Just 1 hit allowed in the first inning, struck out a trio. Holy crap, that's a long transition. Let's go. Here we go. First batter, ground ball to short, is going to eat up Bobby Witt Jr. That was hit well. They ruled out a single, and now it's 2-1. Ground ball, that's going to get back up the middle and into center field, so now it's first and second. Nobody out, and Rodriguez may be in a little bit of trouble here. We just talked about getting that 4-run lead. Maybe he gets comfortable, but now it's another base hit just over the leaping try of the third baseman Devers, and that's going to load the bases with nobody out. Now Harrison Bader up, 2-2 pitch, fastball up and in. He looks at it for strike 3. Now Rodriguez could get out of the inning with a double play, and he is going to get it. A chopper back to the mound. They go 1, 2, 3 for the inning-ending double play, and after getting the bases loaded, nobody out, the Phillies can't even score a single run, and that really hurts. Trailing by 4 early, it would have been nice to have put up a couple of runs there. They get nothing. Now Vince Velazquez is going to try and get settled in. He's going to pick up a couple of strikeouts here to start the second inning, so he's looking pretty sharp after a rough first inning, and then it's Rodriguez back to work. It's Harper swinging again. Phillies go scoreless in their half of the third. Now on to the bottom of the third. Jorge Colon, he's down on strikes, chasing that fastball up out of the zone. It's another strikeout for Velazquez, make it 4 for him. And it's a 1-2 pitch to Corey Seager, twists him up, make it 5 Ks for Velazquez. So now, after a rough first inning, he's locked in. Now we go to the bottom of the third, actually with 2-way, still in the same inning. It's Rafael Devers, takes that one into left field. That was actually a nice pitch by Velazquez, a backdoor curve. Devers does a good job staying with it. Then it's Mountcastle with that one into left field. Devers thought about trying to score, but he was going to be dead meat. Tries to retreat to third, but they put the tag on him to end the inning. And after 3 innings, it is going to be 4-0. The Phillies trailing, and Rodriguez back to work. Gets a swing and strike out there to end the inning and sets them down in order. And it's now nothing after 3.5. And Trey Mancini gets a hanging curve here. That ball hit deep to center field. It's going to go off the wall, so he just misses a second home run. It's a leadoff single to start the 4th inning. Velazquez at 60 pitches at that point right there, so that's not necessarily ideal. Bobby Witt Jr. with 2 away, grounds 1 to third. They're going to get the out. That's going to strand that runner, and it's 4-0 after 4. On to the 5th. Swing and strike out there as that. Anyway, 7 strikeouts for Grayson Rodriguez. Then it's Harrison Bader, a chopper down the third base line. If he would have bunted, I don't know he could have put a better one down. That is a easy single for a guy with his speed. Now it's a diving stop here with 2 away. Nice play there. Flips to Rodriguez covering the bag, and it's 5 scoreless innings of work for Grayson Rodriguez as he is making a case take over that spot in the rotation for good. Now on to the 6th. It's a ground ball to short. Witt kind of took his time there getting that ball and getting rid of it. It goes down as an infield single. The Orioles would challenge, but they did rule it a hit, and or they upheld the call on the field, I should say, rather. It's first and second now, 2 down after another single, and it's a walk to Scott Kingery. So now the base is loaded, nobody out. Rodriguez at 87 pitches, and they are going to turn to the bullpen. They are going to bring on the lefty here. Rodriguez pitched well, but he's going to need some help here. Derek Gorman coming on. He has been awesome for them so far this season. 4-2 record, 55 and a third innings of work, and a 1.79 ERA. He has been awesome against right-handed pitching and pretty darn good against lefties as well. First batter he faces, Bryson Stott is caught, or actually Jamie Lease rather, is caught looking there. That is the first, or no, that was Bryson. No, that was Lease. Then a ground ball to third by Jamie Lease is going to be handled by Devers. He tries to get the out at home. The throw is off the mark. They don't get anyone. A run comes in to score, so now it is 4-1 with 1 out in the inning. Base is still loaded. It's going to be a ground ball back to Gorman. He's going to have to go to first with it, so another run would score on the play. It's now 4-2. 2 outs in the inning, and that one is going to get into left field as Harrison Bader finds the hole. In a 2 runs are going to score, and we are tied at 4. So that error by Devers was absolutely huge. The inning would have been over. So it basically goes down as 3 unearned runs in the inning, and now he does get out of the inning here, strands the runner, but it is going to be a tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Big response there by the Phillies as now they are starting to swing the bat. The Orioles have kind of fallen asleep offensively. The Phillies are going to turn to Spencer Howard out of the bullpen, and here comes Rafael Devers. Remember, he made the error last inning. Now on a 2-2 pitch, he's going to go down and get one, takes it deep and gone to left center field. So there's some redemption for the big fella. That is going to make it 5-4. The Orioles regain the lead on his 34th of the season, hit that 414 feet. He knew it was gone the moment it left the bat, and the Orioles regain the lead here in the bottom of the 6th, as you got to feel good about him swinging the bat well this late into the season, because they're going to probably need him to do so in the postseason. Here comes Dylan Tate out of the bullpen as he is going to take over in the 7th. He's going to get a swinging strikeout there. That's going to be the first out of the inning, and a good start for him. He would set him down in order. Now we go to the 8th. Paul Fry coming on. He's going to try and get him through this inning. His ERA is not where the Orioles want it. He just has not been very good for the last several months. Jamie Lease, though, 2-2 pitch, couldn't connect on a fastball on the inside corner. He's down on strikes. Now on to the bottom of the 8th. It's Rafael Devers again. This time a 3-2 pitch. He takes it into the right field bleachers. Deep and gone. His 35th of the season, 2nd of the ball game, and his error led to 3 runs for the Phillies, and he got 2 of them back by himself with a couple of solo shots. And now the Phillies going to turn to Sam Coonrod out of the bullpen. The hard-throwing righty is having a rough season. 72 innings of work. He's got an ERA that's just south of 5.5. Righties have owned him. Lefties are also hitting pretty darn well off of him. And Trey Mancini on a 1-1 pitch with 2 away. Takes that one back up the middle into center field, so the will continue. 2 down now. It's Anthony Santander. 1-2 pitch into left field. That's going to get down, and it's going to be cut off just before it gets to the corner. But Mancini going to go from first to third. It's a 2-out double. It's second and third. They're going to intentionally walk Adley Rutschman to load the bases and bring up Bobby Witt Jr. 2-1 pitch is a sinker down. He goes down and takes it back up the middle. 2 runs going to score. So Coonrod came in with 2 outs in the inning and couldn't get anybody out. The Orioles grab a couple more runs. It makes it 8-4. And they are going to turn to Sherman Monahan in the 9th inning now with a 4-run lead. Remember, this young right-hander called up for September call-ups, and has had a little bit of a rough go of it. The ERA now sitting at 6.14, and this is not the start that they wanted to see from him. Harrison Bader having a nice day. He's got himself another single. That's into center field, and it's a leadoff man on. Now with 1 away, it's a swing and strikeout there. That would make it 2 down. Still just a runner on first, so Monahan feeling pretty good about things now. But a 2-0 pitch to Adam Haseley. is hit deep to left field. This is a high fly ball that just gets over the wall in left field, and it's a 2-run shot. So things getting interesting now as Haseley's 20th of the year makes it a 2-run ball game, and Bryce Harper due up for the Phillies. The Orioles not going to mess around. They're turning to Roberto Osuna, who has been awesome down the stretch here for them. He was really bad early in the season, but has really turned things around and has been lights out for the last several months. And he is going to get a weak pop-up here from Harper that is going to be handled by Devers in the shift in shallow left field. That's going to do it. The Orioles pick up the win in a back-and-forth affair here. They take it 8-6, as those home runs from Devers were huge, and then Coonrod not being able to get out of trouble there in the bottom of the 8th was the difference, really. Devers ends up getting player of the game honors with those couple of home runs and a double. Derek Foreman got the win. Spencer Howard gets the loss, went 2 1/3, gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs against him. Where some of that was not necessarily his fault after he had exited the ball game. Take a look at the box score: 10 hits, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts for the Phillies. Rough day for Ahmad Rosario in the leadoff spot, DHing, and you go 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Harrison Bader, a 3-hit day, including a couple of RBIs and a run scored, so a good day for him. Haseley hit that 20th home run of the year. He also had a couple of hits in this one. Velazquez, 5 innings of work, 6 hits, and a walk. Those numbers not that bad, but 4 earned runs. They all came in that first inning where he just couldn't get out of it there, and then he settled down and pitched well for the next 4 innings. Howard ends up getting the loss, his 15th of the season. The Orioles got home runs from Mancini, Seager, and a couple from Devers, so the guys in the middle of the lineup showing some pop in this one. They had 12 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on the day, including a big hit from Bobby Witt Jr. late in the ball game. Grayson Rodriguez pitched very well. 5 innings, 7 hits, and a walk. Struck out 7, 1 earned run, 3 runs, but just 1 of them were earned. That went against his credit. Then Gorman came in, gave up a hit that cost a few more runs there in that inning. Then Tate, Fry, Monahan all combined to get it to the 9th inning with 2 down, and then they turn to Osuna, who gets a 1-out save in this one. The Orioles take it 8-6. And that'll do it for this one. If you haven't done it for up to this point, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.